This is False Start, a college football podcast for everyone and everyone else. I'm your host, John Buhler, lead writer for Fansided. I'm joined today by a man who knows a lot about the Steelers, a lot about the NFL, but he's on the show with me after being on a show about the NFL and the Steelers to talk college football with me because that's what we do here when it's dark outside. Cody Williams, content director at fansided.com. Happy fallback day. How are you, man?
Was up just through the fallback, if we're being completely honest. I'm exhausted, but doing good, man. You know, NFL, college, I just love football. That's really what it comes down to. Love football.
And I hate the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying this Sunday if for nothing, no other reason that the Cowboys can't ruin it. They play on Monday night. So, get my Monday ruined instead of my Sunday.
They play the sad back of crap Cardinals, right?
Yeah, but with the Cowboys defense, you truly don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. That's gonna set the football world back a little bit. And obviously,
You know what though? If you got Cardinals, you got Cowboys, put them in your fantasy lineup before it's too late because got to be a lot of points on the board. I would venture to guess.
yeah, I've got Dak and Kyler as my quarterbacks.
There we go. There we go.
My team's not gonna win, and I can't say my team name on here because I don't want to get fired,
That's
but
right.
that's okay. But yeah, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 55 subscribers before we all die when the aliens come down in a couple weeks.
I'll be first to go. I'm closest to Roswell, so
Yeah, you know, it's the rapture one way or another, I guess.
for sure.
And I don't know if it's the rapture down there in Auburn, Alabama, but we've obviously false started here. Our first and 15. I swear, this is like the fifth week in a row. We're gonna do Stephen V. Swift. Not so fast. It's gonna be he gone.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Man, Hugh Freeze got raptured. That's for sure.
hell yeah, he did. Um, I thought it was gonna be raptured from that medical bed in your birthplace of Lynchburg, Virginia. But I will remember you, and you will remember me too. God, you lost 10-3 to Kentucky with Jack Snarl at quarterback. They had to make a move. I don't know if Auburn's the most attractive job here in the SEC, but they may have their S together more than LSU.
No, they definitely do. And then another thing to definitely consider in that capacity is like LSU obviously has money, but like at the same time, like you did just pay a coach $53 million to go away. And so like we saw it with Texas A&M. Like Mike Elko was a great hire. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to, crap on Mike Elko, but it was also a budget hire. Like it wasn't someone they were going to pay top dollar for. And Auburn is not in that situation. The buyout was only 15.8 is the figure I saw from Pete
Yeah.
Nakos. And so, you know, yes, I don't know how attractive the Auburn job is. They do have a hell of a talented roster. If you can keep some of that together and get a quarterback in there who knows what the hell he's doing, like not maybe, maybe you can sell that. But they could also throw a big bag of money at someone because they saved a lot with the buyout.
And you got Yellowwood money and you got Apple money with Tim Cook. Like you can
Yeah.
make this happen. This is not the end of the world here. Um, Hugh Freeze, I thought it was going to work. I thought this was a hire
Yeah.
initially where it's like you're coming in and you're going to make your three biggest rivals of Alabama, Georgia, and LSU squirm because you hired somebody of substance. Man, maybe you did, but the game's kind of changed since the last time Hugh Freeze coached in the SEC. Everybody's buying players now, and more importantly, the players you're buying is a sad bag of crap and Jack Snarl. He should play special teams for the Falcons. Honestly, have him play middle linebacker over JD Bertrand for the love of God.
I mean, I think the biggest issue is Hugh doesn't have his burner phone anymore, and that's what kept him grounded. You know what I mean?
Burner phones always keep you grounded because you're on someone's hit list.
That's right. That's right.
I was thinking about this before maybe you get into some of the potential candidates
Yeah.
there that we talked a little bit out off air about who could go to Auburn. I was in the shower this morning thinking about it, and of the 16 jobs in the SEC, like if you had to bet your life on it, I think there's only three coaches I can absolutely guarantee will be coaching at their place next year. And that would be, you can think about that because there's guys that are good, but they can go somewhere else.
Yeah, like Kirby and DeBoer, I'm pretty confident in are
And
staying where they're staying.
yeah, and I would say Elko probably.
Elko's probably a good one. I wouldn't bet my life on it. I think Heupel probably stays. Like I think he's
hmm
unlikely to go
Yeah,
anywhere.
I think Levy's good too
Yeah, yeah.
because like
But I mean,
even
it's
Yeah, the Oklahoma of it all, they're both tied to that program.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And like
But
Venables, I mean, like I we'll talk about Oklahoma later in the show. I think Venables is probably going to end up being safe, but like
yeah,
I don't, it's not a formality by any stretch of the imagination.
so you have four SEC jobs open now: Arkansas, Florida, LSU, and now Auburn. I feel like I'm missing one, but I don't think that that's it. That's a third. That's a quarter of the league, man.
You might just be like going ahead and writing in the fifth for Kentucky there because that job's
Yeah,
probably opening up at some point.
yeah. We'll see what happens in South Carolina. Obviously, that maybe we could also tie that into the day. They got rid of Mike Shula. Yeah, that was a terrible hire from the
Thank
start.
God.
We hated that immediately once we found out who the OC was. Like they tried to sneak it past us. Like this is not going to work.
Yeah, they ruined our baby boy, Lenora Sellers. Like, what? How can you do that?
I was hearing you on the Still Curtain podcast earlier talking about Lenore Sellers and Shane Kibb was like, I love the guy. He's got to go back to school. He's got to transfer.
I mean, in fairness, like I'm hoping that the last month of this season we get to see what Lenora Sellers is actually capable of because Mike Shula was not doing the kid any favors.
Mike Shula had that job because his parents loved each other at one point in time.
Yep, and that works out so often. Obviously.
Yeah, so God, what is it, like 8 or 9 like power four jobs have opened up? I feel like it's one a week now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's more than half of the current vacancies are Power Four.
Okay, let's see if we can do it. You got Virginia Tech and UCLA. That was those are early. Then you got Oklahoma State,
Penn State,
Arkansas, Penn State, Florida, LSU,
Auburn. I don't think we said
Auburn,
Auburn yet.
Auburn. Do we are we missing one? Oregon State's not UAB. And Mark Carney did get the interim tag removed, so he's the full-time head coach at Kent State. He's making stuff happen.
We love that. We love that.
I think that might be it. I think that might be. I don't know if
Did we
anybody
say
else is.
Oregon State? No, no,
We
Oregon State's not Power Four. Never mind.
Power
Sorry. Never
Five.
mind. Yeah,
They're Pac-12 champions.
that's true. It's true. It's
Back to
true.
back, brother.
Back to back. Hang the banner. Hang the banner.
Hey, stop the count. So we're looking at Auburn. Potential people that could take over here. We've mentioned Eli Drinkwitz would be a great fit because he was on Gene Chizik's staff under Gus Malzahn. Could
Mhm.
Gus come back? Lane's kind of been toying around there a little bit
I'm taking
too.
Florida and LSU over Auburn every day of the week, quite frankly.
I thought Matt Rule could work here potentially.
Yeah.
John Summerall. But you have other names out there.
Yeah, so two names, and you mentioned on the Saturday Night Reaction show, and I was way too tired to remember at that point. Surprised I remembered it today. Kenny Dillingham was who I mentioned
Okay,
as
yeah.
someone that could potentially work at Auburn.
Right, because
And
he was the OC there, and he brought Nix with him to Oregon, right?
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. And like, man, you think about when you think about Auburn at peak efficiency and what a functional Auburn program looks like. And it looks a hell of a lot like what Kenny Dillingham's doing at Arizona State right now, except with way more resources. And
Yeah,
like, again, it is going to be hard to get him to leave his alma mater. At the same time, if you're Auburn, you could certainly sell him on the fact that, hey, you probably have Arizona State at their ceiling right now. Like, as much fun as I'm having with Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State, if I'm being a realist about it, getting to the college football playoff last year was probably as far as you're going to be able to take that program.
yeah.
And like you're probably not going to win a national championship. And like you can win a national championship at Auburn. We have seen it multiple times.
Also, the fact Arizona's kind of starting to figure it out there under Brent Brennan. We haven't had him on the hot seat all year long with the short king Noah Fifita. Arizona and Alabama are relatively similar. They have a lot of football talent there, but you got to split it between two schools, and everyone wants to poach from you in the
Hmm.
surrounding area. You have better resources there at Auburn, and Auburn's ceiling is winning a national title.
Hmm. Yeah, 100%. And then the other name, which very similar in terms of what's the ceiling of the program you're at, you got to call Brent Key. You got to call Brent Key. And
Yeah.
like obviously like he's former Alabama staffer, so would he want to, switch sides of that? I don't think he would probably care if he were to take it, but like you've got to give him a call because we're seeing the limitations of Georgia Tech right before our eyes. Like I
Hmm.
think Brent Key is a phenomenal coach. I think Brent Key is like you want to talk about getting the culture right at Auburn. I would have no more faith in anyone in the country to do that than Brent Key. But
Yeah.
like, would he leave Georgia Tech, his alma mater?
That's he is from Alabama. He was on the Alabama staff from the Yellowhammer State. And then for as good as Georgia Tech is, you've got Haynes King pissing blood, sleeping on an air mattress, trying to study so he doesn't have to like go to class. I mean, he's got to be like a grad student at this point.
Brother,
Um,
he might be getting that PhD here soon.
The other Dr. King.
That's right. In Atlanta, no
Yeah,
less.
I have a dream to take Georgia Tech to the playoff. There we go.
Jesus.
That's the best nickname I've ever seen.
Oh God.
The Reverend Haynes King.
Whew, yeah, that's good. I like
Dude,
that.
what do you think he would do you think he would drink that weird stuff at church?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for those who don't know, there's a bar like right by the King Center in Edgewood and on Auburn Avenue called Church. It's got a longer name of that. It's the most unique bar in America.
Yeah, would not recommend going if you are religious.
No.
Would not recommend that. I have accidentally taken people who were religious there and they were appalled. But it's a good time.
Yeah, if you say God bless America, that's not where you go. You go there if you don't.
Yeah, 100%.
You got some sinning to do.
Can also go there if you want to play some ping pong because part of the name is Ping Pong Emporium. I don't remember the full name, but I know that that's the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can also sing karaoke with the organ, wearing church robes, and
That's right.
it's a vibe.
It's a good time, man.
It is a damn good time.
That's one of the best like little pockets of Atlanta, honestly. Like that whole street right there.
Yeah, you got joystick, and then you're right, not far from the Beltline. That place is that's good stuff. That's a good
Yeah.
time. I think yeah, you gotta call Brent Key, you gotta call Kenny Dillingham, and it's interesting that like Auburn got out in front of this because it may be the third best job in this cycle. I would say maybe fourth. I mean, Penn State's up there too,
hmm
LSU,
I would put it right
Florida.
on par with like Penn State. I think it's a very
Yeah.
similar job.
hmm I said Penn State and Auburn are the same program. They just refuse to admit it. That's like
Yeah.
there's institutional issues, but I think the big thing is Auburn's slightly better of a program just
hmm
because you're in this SEC. You
We
had to move
we've
on
seen
from Hugh
them win
Freeze
a national championship this millennium as well.
and been to another one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you had to move on from Hugh Freeze. This was
Yeah.
kind of inevitable. I think the fact that John Cohen didn't give him a vote of confidence like we saw what Michael Alford do with Mike Norvell and with Chris McIntosh just giving Luke Fickell free rein to do God knows what.
I'd say once a week I think about the Luke Fickell extension and just laugh to myself because it's one of the most mind-blowing things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
What did he done to earn an extension? Like what are we
Um,
doing? You just giving out free money? Like what are we doing?
he probably just tried to like say, "I'll wrestle you and fight you," with that FIFO energy coursing through his veins. He's the guy that Mike Vrabel just kicks his ass every day in practice.
100%. Absolutely. Mike Vrabel has given that man a noogie. There's no doubt.
Around a swirly and stuffed him in a locker.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I guess enough. If you have any other thoughts about Freeze or anything like that or Auburn, but like, who's gonna take this job? Like, who is probably the most maybe not the best candidate? Who's the most likely person to take this job?
So I would actually be, the more I think about it, and like I think he would work, but I don't think I'll start with who I don't think is like I don't think Auburn is going to offer them the job. I don't think they offer John Summerall the job. I
No.
think that there's too much Brian Harsin PTSD at Auburn for them to hire a G5 head coach. And with how it worked out with Brian Harsin, it's hard to blame them, even though I do think John Summerall would work there with his footprint in the Southeast. Like obviously, had a ton of success at Troy before he got the Tulane job. So like he knows the state of Alabama. He knows how to make it work there. And so like I do think John Summerall would work, but I don't think Auburn's going to offer him the job. The more I think about it, I do think it's probably going to be Drink. Like I think Drink just makes the most sense here.
Yeah, because I think LSU is too unpredictable. LSU is not going to admit that that's the best candidate for them, and Drink will take advantage of this. And yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the LSU coaching, like honestly, LSU is just a wild card right now with everything that's going on. Scott Woodward getting fired, like it's all over the place, and I have no idea what the hell's going to happen.
they don't have an AD, they don't have a president, they don't have a head coach.
I,
Just
I will say, like people were talking about, like, oh, I can't believe the government stepping in to like fire Scott Woodward and like has a hand in this and whatever, and like yeah, that's probably not great, but at the same time, like he also probably deserved to be fired. Like $120+ million in buyout money this man has cost universities.
The man just like this is not LSU and then A&M. It's like you're just piss money away, man.
Yeah,
You're the Steve Cohen of college football 80s.
right. Like, no, thank you. I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
I how it happened, yeah, probably not great. That it happened, yeah, completely acceptable. Like both things can be true for LSU.
You know, maybe that's how we can apply it to the AP Top 25. It happened. It's not great, but it did happen. I guess it's acceptable. Let's move on to our second topic, which is usually our first topic with Stephen B. Swift's second take. Again, Cody's going to be coming to you semi-live after the playoff rankings on Tuesday, and then we're going to be doing, it's not from Board Manual's manual. It's going to be Every Rhodes Has Its Torn tournament.
Oh yeah, can't wait.
It's no, it's unbelievable what we're doing to ourselves right now. Do we love ourselves? No. Do we hate ourselves? No, but at least we're not AP voters right now.
Yeah, because I've got some words, some choice words.
All right, we're gonna break it down by quintiles. I'll rattle through 1 through 25 real quick, and we'll get on with our lives. Top five hasn't changed. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia. 6 through 10, Oregon is still six. Ole Miss is still seven. BYU moves up 2 spots to eight. Texas Tech moves up 4 spots to nine. Notre Dame moves up 2 spots to 10. 11 through 15. This is where it gets weird. Oklahoma, Virginia, Texas, Louisville, Vanderbilt. 16 through 20, Georgia Tech, Utah, Miami, Missouri, USC. And then rounding out the top 25, Michigan, Memphis, Tennessee, Washington, and Cincinnati.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Top five. Have some courage. Indiana's the best team in college football.
Indiana is the best team in college football. Honestly, the top of these rankings are what I'm most interested for come Tuesday night because I think there's a there's a like Indiana should be number one in both of our opinions. But I also think that if you're the college football playoff selection committee, I think Texas A&M has a better case to be number one than Ohio State at this point.
I misread it earlier. I thought Indiana only got one vote from the AP, but that was in the coaches poll, and I can't read it. The ones are coming together. It's like Williams, man. It's all blurring together, dude.
In fairness, I've put way too many I's or way too many L's in Williams so many times, so I get it.
Yeah, Billy Williams of the Philadelphia Phillies.
God help him.
God help. That's a winner there, brother. And again, like those are the right teams in the top five.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. Indiana has got slightly better FPI than Ohio State, but it's by like a fraction of a percent. It's not really much there.
Yeah, no, I mean it's you can take some qualms with the order of the top five, but it's the right five teams there.
100%. I don't know if it's the right top teams with the what 6 through 10, but we'll try our best here. I'm okay with these teams here being the top 10. We'll have some clarity there after BYU, Texas Tech here shortly. Notre Dame remains to be the team that doesn't go away here. I don't know. What do you got your thoughts of that quintile?
I mean, I'm still gonna just dog on Oregon. Like, why are they the sixth best team in the country?
No,
Have
no, they're going to lose some games, dude.
Yeah, I don't get it. Don't really have a ton of issues like Notre Dame just by proxy of how things have shaken out. Like, yeah, sure, they kind of snuck back into the top 10. Texas Tech has looked impressive in every game that they played except for the loss to Arizona State. Like, bounced back this week and obliterated Kansas State, who had been playing a whole lot better. BYU obviously is still a zero in the ledger. So like I don't have a problem. Like I would definitely for sure have Ole Miss ahead of Oregon. I would for
Yeah,
sure have BYU and Texas Tech ahead of Oregon. Probably like I would probably have Oregon at 9 if I were doing this.
there's a chance Oregon doesn't make the playoff.
Yeah.
You got to play Iowa, you got to play Washington, you got to play USC,
Yeah.
and can't lose two of them.
Yeah. Which you very well could.
The only team you played that's worth the damn is Indiana, and you got your ass kicked.
Yeah.
But I mean, the score was a little bit closer than that, but you got pushed around. Your best win's over Northwestern. Give me a break.
Yeah, not great. Not what you want.
No. And then I think what 11 through 15 is where Cody's got some major, major thoughts. It is like, these teams are all like playoff viable. I don't really buy into a single one of them at all. I know you've got thoughts on Virginia.
Brother, has any AP voter watched Virginia? This is not the 12th
No,
best team in the country. Like I
no.
understand that right now they have a perfect path to get in the college football playoff, and they may well do it. But holy hell, this does not look like the 12. Like I said after the North Carolina game, I'd have dropped them. I'd have dropped them out of the top 20.
Hell
And you
yeah.
know what? After watching, it's very clear to me no one watched the Cal game. I might have
No.
been the only one because you moved them up 2 spot or 3 spots. They should have at best stayed where they were at 15. Oh my God, what are we doing?
Look, they're going to be the favorite to win the ACC right now by default, but like we keep moving them up. It's really artificially inflated. This feels like a Wahoo bubble. Um, Oklahoma at 11 kind of bothers me. That's the one that really does. And again, like I've been an Oklahoma hater the whole time.
Yeah,
I
you're
understand you being.
consistent if nothing else.
We talked about Venables possibly getting fired. Like this is a team that's like playing and flirting with the playoff. They've got a great defense. I will give R. Mason Thomas just running down there with the hamstring that's shot like Greg Jennings.
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing about them. And I guess the other part with the top 15, Vanderbilt's still lurking. I still think they have an outside shot to get in. They got to win out, which includes beating Tennessee. I think that they could do that. Louisville at 14 is kind of like they're hiding in the weeds right now. They're 7-1. Their only loss is to Virginia. They've got the head-to-head over Miami. Would shock me if the Cardinals win the ACC.
I think this is where like my real qualms start to come around because I think like I understand what the head-to-head result was. I think Louisville's the better team than Virginia, like overall, and Virginia just got them in double overtime. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. It's college football. But if you're going to honor the head-to-head in the AP poll and have Virginia ahead of Louisville, and I understand we're doing voting points and whatnot, but like it's at the end of the day, more voters than not honored the fact that they won the head-to-head. Well, Texas is 2 spots behind Oklahoma, so that doesn't
Yeah.
make any damn sense. What are
No.
we doing?
Losing
Oh
to
my
Florida,
God.
losing to Florida is a problem, man. I keep looking up at Alabama and they keep dumping on my head like
Yeah.
every time. It doesn't make any damn sense here. All
But I,
right.
I I will say I don't have a problem with Vanderbilt at 15. I think that's probably about where Vanderbilt should be, frankly.
16 through 20. I really think like Miami should be even lower than
Yeah.
this. Missouri's not a top 25 team. They're going to lose out, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to penal. Like, I understand why Missouri is staying put because they haven't played since the Bo Perbula injury against Vanderbilt in that loss when they did drop to 19, and like they're gonna drop further, but like I don't want to drop them prematurely without them having played the games. Like the games have to matter. I understand that,
I do. They're the paper tigers, man. That's what they're all about. This is what they do.
100%.
There's a chance that they may lose to Mississippi State and the Bulldogs go bowling.
Yeah, would love that.
Would love
Shouts to
that.
Jeff Levy.
Jeff Levy just looking good, taking care of himself.
Yeah, something like that.
Eating his vegetables, washing behind his ears.
Is
You
steak a
love that.
vegetable?
You know what? The things that make steak eat vegetables.
That's right. It's all right. It was fed by vegetables.
Fed by vegetables. I don't know if USC is a playoff team. Utah might get to Arlington, but I don't know. I don't trust either of them that much.
I think Utah, now that Devin Dampier is back and healthy, like they beat the dog piss. I don't know if you caught any eyes on that, but I watched the
Yeah,
end of it while I was editing the reaction show, and yeah, they beat the dog piss out of Cincinnati.
yeah,
My God,
it was brutal. They made Scott Satterfield back to hitting Saturdays again.
100%. Yeah, it felt like home for me just because I was like, ah, yes, this is how I normally feel about Scott Satterfield.
Welcome back, brother. And then I guess like the last five teams here. Tennessee's not a playoff team. Michigan can make a mess of everything. Memphis is the favorite to win the group of five, I guess. Washington's gonna make a is gonna mess some people's stuff up there in the Big Ten. I don't know if Cincinnati is. I think that loss, like you said, to the Utes is kind of like it's gonna compound, I think, for the Bearcats.
No, I think so as well. This kind of feels like the wheels could fall off for the Bearcats a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to finish, 7-5 or anything like lose out, but definitely feels like 8 or 9 wins. Like you're probably dropping another one at some point here. My honestly, my second biggest qualm after we get past the Virginia of it all, which just makes my blood boil. Iowa should be ranked over Washington and Cincinnati. Just point blank. They're
Yeah,
a better football team than both of those teams.
your two losses are by like a combined 5 points. Yes, the Iowa State loss is looking worse, by the way, because that's a 5-4 team, but that's a rivalry that happens
Yeah.
early. You gave Indiana the best shot of anybody in the country. And
Hmm.
one thing about Iowa this year is they've just destroyed people. They're destroying rivals. Like they have basically made Wisconsin and Minnesota just not want to play football anymore.
Yeah, and they might do the same to Oregon this week, and in which case they'll finally be in the top 25.
Definitely check that out on Thursday's episode because Cody and I are probably sharing very similar thoughts. I don't know what segment it's going to be. We've got thoughts on Oregon and Iowa.
I don't even know if I can call it a trap game. It might just be me picking Iowa. Like that's honestly what it is at this point.
Yeah, they're going to be the Kinnick wave is never going to be more deadly.
That's right.
Yeah, bunch of softies there. Just the softy bowl, man.
Oh, Mr. Softy, let's go.
Mr. Softy. Let's move on to playoffs. You kidding me? Our 12 team projected playoff brackets and first four out. I would venture to guess we probably have 10, 11, maybe 12 of the same teams in the top 12. First four out for me was incredibly difficult.
Yeah, I took some liberties here, so we'll see what happens.
All right. I've got Indiana at one,
As do I.
Texas A&M at two.
Same,
I have Ohio State at three,
same,
Alabama four,
same.
Georgia five.
I do not have Georgia at five.
You can go to hell. But yeah, okay. Who do you have at five then?
I have Ole Miss at five, and I have Georgia at six. So
And I
so
have
I
them
have them
flipped.
flip. Yeah, I have them flip flopped, and when we'll get a little later in the bracket, and you'll understand why.
Yeah. Okay. And okay. At seven, I've got Oregon. I think you might have them a little bit lower.
I do have them a little bit lower. I have Texas Tech at seven. I think Tech, like that's where one of the liberties I took. I think Texas Tech wins on Saturday. I think they're a better football team than BYU, and I think that they finish the season 12-1 as Big 12 champions.
I've got Texas Tech a little bit further down because I'm going to respect the loss that they had to
Understandable.
Arizona State. Eight, I've got Oregon at seven, and at eight, I've got BYU.
Okay, okay. I have Notre Dame at eight, which gives you some more insight into how many liberties I took with this. But yeah, I have Notre Dame at eight. Again, I just don't see a realistic path where they lose again. And like, I think that a lot of these teams that are currently projected to be in the playoff lose again, and that's just gonna keep boosting Notre Dame seeds where they host a playoff game in South Bend.
And I've got Notre Dame at nine.
That's where I have Oregon. I think Oregon can still sneak in there. I don't think that they lose. I'm going to project that they actually beat USC and beat Washington. They can lose both of those games, but I do think they take a loss to Iowa, but then kind of sneak their way back into the playoff.
I feel that. So I'm going to assume I'm going to follow this. So Texas Tech is 10 for me. They're my last team in.
Okay, I have Virginia at 10 as the ACC champion.
I have them at 11.
Okay, at 11 I have the Texas Longhorns.
That's what I figured you'd had. And
Yeah, I have them
damn,
beating Georgia, unfortunately for you.
they're not. They're not. No, no, they're going to take Arch Manning behind the canes and beat him with batteries, man. You broke up with us. You picked this doofus Sark over us. Our guy gets a haircut for $15. This guy gets his haircut for $100 and doesn't win as much. I don't know. I don't know. The Falcons today may put me in a really nasty mood, but it's
It's
okay.
fine, man.
It's fine.
I'm not sweating it.
Texas is my first team out.
Yeah, so I have Texas at 11 because I do still think that they lose to A&M, but I think if you get the win over Georgia, I still think that you can sneak in as a 9-3 team. With losses to Ohio State and Texas A&M, like those aren't bad losses by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay. I mean, maybe they do it, or maybe they don't do it. And I've got Memphis winning the group of five.
I've got a dark horse here that we need to talk about. I've got San Diego State.
I had a feeling you might go there. Yeah.
Yeah, sitting there with one loss, kind of in the driver's seat of the Mountain West right now, and more importantly, when you look at Memphis' schedule, Memphis still has to play Tulane. Memphis still has to play Navy. I think that the AAC might cannibalize itself a little bit. Like that's kind of where I'm
Hmm.
leaning with the American right now.
Yeah, because what Tulane lost earlier in the week to UTSA, and that's
Hmm.
an good example of like I would pick the Greenies to win the group of five last week, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, and like you still have South Florida and North Texas lurking. Like I just think that we're set up for a lot of chaos in the American, and like On the flip side of that, you have San Diego State, who's just kind of taking care of business week after week in a Mountain West that I don't think is very good, and like they look pretty damn good right now. And so like, I think that the path is much clearer and has like a lot less landmines than anyone in the American has at this point.
I don't know who they lost to. They beat the snot out of Cal, which I think really helps them out too.
Yeah, let's see who did they lose to. It
Maybe
wasn't anyone in the
Wash.
conference. I think they're undefeated in the
I
conference.
think they lost to Washington State, if I'm not mistaken.
They did. They got their ass kicked by Washington State 36-13, but that's okay.
That's okay. Alabama got its ass kicked by Florida State, and they're still up there.
I mean, they bounced back the next week and beat Cal 34 to nothing. So
Yeah, there's one team in every Power Four league that doesn't. I don't know. I have no feel on. The ACC for me, it's Cal. I just don't know what they are.
Cal's Minnesota, just in the ACC. That's what
Yes,
Cal is.
Cal's Minnesota. The SEC one, I don't know who the SEC equivalent of that is right now.
Arkansas, to some degree, very different teams, but like Arkansas, like any given week, you have no idea what the hell's going to happen.
And yeah, it might be them. And then the yeah, Minnesota's the Big Ten for sure. Cal, and then the Big 12
It's the entire conference.
is defined by Baylor.
Yeah.
I can't believe they lost to Auburn.
Unbelievable stuff.
Unbelievable. So my first four out are Texas, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, and Louisville.
So my first four out are Oklahoma, BYU, Vanderbilt, and Michigan.
Yes, I almost considered Michigan in that last spot, along with Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel great about any of the first four out there at all. Like to
No.
your point, I don't. Whatever, we'll see what happens. But yeah, don't feel great about it at all.
All right, let's do our matchups. You go first.
All right, so obviously Indiana, A&M, Ohio State, and Alabama have the byes. And the 5-12 have Ole Miss hosting San Diego State. Might be the end of the line for the Aztecs there, but hell yeah for getting in. I have Georgia hosting Texas in a rematch, which, hey, if Texas does win in the regular season, that's advantageous for the Bulldogs to get the rematch at home. Just, it's all going to play out Georgia's way, Bueller. Don't worry. Um, I have Texas Tech hosting Virginia, and I hope that they put the Cavaliers in a body bag in Lubbock and then wrap it in a tortilla. And then Notre Dame hosting Oregon in South Bend, which is that's a hell of a fun game. I'd be excited to see that.
Rib Tats versus a guy who likes to make his family larger.
Rib tats versus rosaries, baby.
So many kids. All right, Indiana, Texas A&M, Ohio State, and Alabama are my first four buys. I've got Georgia hosting Memphis in what should be a barbecue game. That'll be between the hedges, and that's going to go Georgia's way.
Oh yeah.
6-11 Ole Miss hosting Virginia. That's going to be a very self-important bowl. I think the Rebels come out on top there.
Yeah.
7-10 Oregon versus Texas Tech. Shaking babies and kissing hands, man.
Yes, sir.
And then we
That's a
got
that's
more.
a that's a that's two Colts of personality facing off there. Dan Lanning and Joe McGuire. Hell yeah.
Yes. And then we got Catholics versus Mormons up there in Provo with Notre Dame at BYU.
Do you have a minute to talk about your Lord and Savior?
Uh, you know what? I really don't. So let's do this or that. I'm losing my goddamn mind.
Oh God, that was good though. I liked it.
That was good though. Okay, so this has become like one of our new favorite segments where I take a spin the wheel app. I'm sure this is giving my work laptop a virus, but that's okay. When we compare two teams and based on solely vibes, they advance. And we do this 6 times with 12 different spins. So let's get down to it. It's whenever you're on the vibes are good. The matchups are good. Whenever I do it by myself, it's not.
It's all good, man. We'll get it. We'll get it going.
First team, Arkansas.
Okay.
And they are gonna go up against Kentucky.
I'm gonna go Arkansas because they fired their coach. Like they have the hope of a new future. Kentucky, as of this current moment, does not have that.
That's you might be right. It could go either way. This is a very close one. Again, a very good one, but I
I mean,
think
it's competing low vibes, to be clear. Like neither of these vibes are high at all.
it's what the Hatfields and McCoys were without all the press.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see Bobby Petrino talking about the 18 penalties that Arkansas committed this week in their loss?
Uh, no, it didn't.
I mean, No accountability, as you would expect from the great Bobby Petrino. Nothing about what he could have done better to have his team ready to play, and just blaming the refs and talking about letting the boys play. And that's not how we used to play. It was peak Bobby Petrino. I would recommend everyone go and watch
I
him
would
talk
love to
about it.
see Carson Beck play for him, so it would be June Jones and Jeff George. Just no accountability.
Incredible. Hell yes.
Hell yeah. All right, second spin. So yeah, Arkansas wins that because they fired their coach. Second spin, little old Clemson.
Oh,
Uh,
Spirit Halloween, baby. Let's go.
versus Florida.
Um,
Florida all
God.
day, man. Florida all day.
Yeah, Florida all day. Gave Georgia a run for their money. You got rid of the Billy Napier problem, and Clemson, you obviously still have the Dabo problem.
Also, DJ Lagway is good, and Cade Klubnik is hellacious ass.
Yeah, and also not playing football either. So there's that
No,
too.
I don't know. I guess he's hurt. That's true.
Yeah.
I don't care. Clemson sucks.
I mean, it's not gotten better since he went down. Like I think it's just
That's
bad times in Clemson, South Carolina.
Can't remember everything, but I remember that I picked Georgia over Clemson when I went to college. So go dogs.
We'll talk about some of the things I remember because I'm an idiot, but that's neither here nor there. But
That's okay here. Cal,
okay.
California,
Ca-
California.
California, rest in peace.
Maybe that's how they're feeling there in Ames, Iowa, with Iowa State.
Um, God, I
That's a good
probably
one.
yeah, because I mean, like Iowa State is objectively having a better season, but I would still probably lean Cal.
Yeah, because I think they're both 5-4. Probably leaning towards making a bowl game, but in both instances. But I think Cal, you've overachieved with JKS.
Yeah, and like you have a guy. And
Yeah,
like you like we like Rocco Becht on this year program, but like also he's nearing the end of his eligibility at this point too.
that's true. Okay, halfway there, living on prayer. Let's go our fourth series of spins.
Yes, sir.
Ball State.
Hell yes.
It's a program, all right. And then
They are playing
apparently
football.
they're playing football, Air Force.
Oh God, both these teams are real bad.
I, I
Um,
I would probably go. Is Ball State even? I gotta look at my
they're not
sheet.
good. They're 3-5 right now.
But like they're not about to lose bowl eligibility, whereas Air Force is one loss away. So I'd probably go Ball State and by them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean Air Force is like you want to talk about hellacious ass that defense. My God.
This is supposed to protect us from aliens in the sky, and they can't do a damn thing on the ground.
I mean it's just a touch of irony that the Air Force runs a triple option. Not using the air. Maybe we should start to pass the ball.
They should strictly run the air raid there.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Everybody in that program is 5'8". It's gonna be great.
It's all about developing a brand. Like
Huh, the danger zone.
that's right. We're staying under the hard cap, 5'8", 5'8" and under.
The bees are at 6 feet. You're good.
That's
You find the
right.
bee. No Fafita, we can play there.
That's
You know,
right.
you know, protect your country, brother. Okay, penultimate series of spins. Oklahoma
Oh, okay. Okay.
and South Alabama. Oklahoma all day. South Alabama sucks.
Yeah, they're not very good. And by that I mean they're real bad.
I'm an idiot. I thought they were going to do really good. I was going to talk about that here in a little bit.
I was actually thinking like our group of five prognostication was a little off this year, just a little bit.
I'd say so. I'd say so. I was high in Western Kentucky. That seems to be working out for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
we're not without some hits, but like quite a few misses on both of our ends.
Hell yeah. Last series of spin. Washington State. Go Cougars.
Hell yeah.
They didn't win, but they can still do that. And then Boston College.
Uh, Even though Wazoo did not win the Big 12 or the Pac-12, excuse me, it's still Wazoo because my God, Boston College.
Having a pulse and being alive and being above the ground is better than Boston College.
Disband the program, honestly, at
You
this
could be
point.
a vegetable. You could be just completely brain dead, and it's better than Boston College right now.
100%. I mean, honestly, you live in the bliss where you don't have to watch Boston College.
You can watch the Patriots kick the Falcons' ass.
That's right.
Yeah. Saw some guy was carrying a 28-3 flag, and he's probably gonna go work in a shop tomorrow.
Oh, 100%, without a doubt.
Yeah. Didn't realize Mac Hollins was one of our overlaps. This guy is an insane person.
Oh, he's an absolute. He's truly lost his mind. But
He dressed
like,
up as a chess piece for Halloween, and
yeah,
then he borrowed one of the Patriot Minutemen's costumes into the day. And then apparently he doesn't wear shoes
I was about to say,
pregame.
yeah, that was what I was about to bring up. He does not wear shoes. He's got to get grounded.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. And I guess we're gonna get grounded here with our penultimate topic here with the less I know, the better.
Yeah.
Through the first 2 weeks of the season, we're gonna answer some tough questions internally. What we were the most right about, what we learned the most, and what we're gonna keep getting the most wrong. What were you the most right about through the first two-thirds of the season?
I think that I was most right about Ole Miss. Like we
Yeah.
talked about it, and like it hasn't even happened in the way that we thought. Like we were talking about Austin Simmons being the guy for this team, but like we talked about looking at this roster and like yes, they lost a lot from last year, but also we believed in Lane Kiffin being a damn good football coach, which lo and behold he is. And we believed that this offense would still be able to do there, and we believed in what he had done in the transfer portal. And man, Ole Miss might be seventh in the AP top 25. This is one of like the five or six best teams in the country, without
Yeah.
question, in my opinion. And like this is a team that I don't want to say like they're not a national championship favorite. It would not like appall me if they were in the national championship mix when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I think that's we were pretty high on Ole Miss. We went like full circle, and then we initially said, "Oh, they're not going to do it." We're like, "Have you seen the schedule?" And I think that they're gonna go 11-1, and they're going to be a top six seed.
100%. And I mean, like their one loss is a phenomenal game against Georgia, like just back and forth, but haymaker after haymaker, and like, you know what? Sometimes you're gonna lose those games. It happens in the SEC.
It'd be like that sometimes. What I was the most right about, the Big Ten's only getting three teams in, maybe two. They're not getting four, and I
Yeah.
pretty much saw it from the beginning. Just the soft middle belly of the Big Ten. They're all hating on the SEC. Your conference sucks. I cover your team. I cover the worst team in the Big Ten. It's Ohio State and Indiana. I think like we're like okay, they're the lockest of locks to make the playoff because the rest of the conference sucks.
Yeah.
And the fact that the third best team, we're poking holes. We think that Oregon may not make the playoff. The betting odds say, yeah, they'll probably do it. They're like 75%. But if you're trying to find a fourth team, is it USC? Is it Michigan? Is it Iowa? Is it Washington? It's just a bunch of empty calorie nonsense.
Yeah.
The Big 12 is more likely to get two teams than the Big Ten getting four in.
Yeah, and honorable mention for me would be the Big 12 just being pure chaos because we're 10 weeks into the season and nothing is at all settled in that conference.
I think the only thing that we can definitively say about the two things about the Big 12 we can say are we had a feeling Texas Tech was going to be pretty good.
Hmm.
Maybe they're better than expected. And we knew Oklahoma State was going to be awful.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
it. That's it.
And that's all we had and that might still all be all we have.
All right. What did you learn the most through the first two-thirds of the season?
I learned to I need to factor more I need to factor coaching more into things than I do. Like I do it with coaches that I know are good. When you're talking about Kirby Smart, when you're talking about Ryan Day, when you're talking about Lane Kiffin, like when you're talking about the coaches you know are good and have proven themselves and stuff like that. I'm thinking back to my national championship game pick, which was Clemson versus LSU, which my God has that aged quite poorly. And had I factored coaching into this, I would have looked at it and said, has Brian Kelly actually really taken at LSU, or has this just kind of been like 9-3 nonsense every single year, which is well below what expectations are in Baton Rouge? And if I was looking at Dabo Swinney, I would have been like, did he lose the plot 3 years ago? Because yes, he did. He lost the plot several years ago, and like this Clemson team has not been the same Dabo Swinney team that we saw 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. And had I looked at that, I would have realized that. And I think that goes on believing in Auburn in like despite the fact that Hugh Freeze had given me no reason to believe at Auburn beyond that. Like, I need to look more situationally at what these coaches are currently as opposed to what the talent on the roster is and what that could look like because it leads to me getting over my skis quite a bit.
I learned that lesson. All my failures are the Heisman race, but
Yeah.
I understand. Imagine you coming to the dark side. I guess I appreciate that. I think I had Georgia over Ohio State in the national championship. Guess it's the two best coaches in the league right now in the
Yeah.
sport right now.
100%.
And mine's gonna sound really dumb because this should be really obvious, but you'll probably agree with me and understand where I'm coming from. I've learned that having a zero in the loss column is just going to do wonders for your team's FPI ranking. Like
Yeah.
if you have nothing in there, it doesn't really matter who you've played or what's coming up. Your you're seen as pristine in the eyes of the computers and in the odds because if you've lost, you could lose again. And it's not like it's almost like the computer's like, oh, if you haven't lost, you're never going to lose.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just really autistic at some sort of instances, but like I'm starting to kind of figure that out. It's like I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't know if Ohio State's really that good.
Yeah.
But
Right.
because they have a zero in the loss column, they're at a cool, very Nick Lachey 98 degrees.
98 degrees, baby.
Whereas like, Alabama is never going to get past them, and Georgia's not going to get past Alabama or Ohio State because of that. Just but if you have two, apparently you're still alive forever.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like I do think that like a really good example of that would be BYU this year.
Yeah.
Like again, BYU doesn't really pass the eye test. It definitely doesn't pass the analytical stats test when you're talking about success rate, EPA per play, things of that nature. But damn it, they're 8-0. And like they have what is it? It's probably about 70%, if I'm not mistaken, for FBI chance to make the playoff.
Yeah, I think that they're just a shade off of Oregon and Ole Miss behind Georgia. So they're well above 50.
Yeah, and like do I believe that BYU is good enough to be a playoff team? I truly don't. Like, I think they're a good team. I don't think that they're that good. But at the same time, like, all you gotta do is win four more games and you're in, man. Like,
It's all about math, man. And what are you going to keep getting wrong?
I'm gonna keep. This is kind of counterintuitive to the coaching point. I'm gonna keep getting wrong believing in quarterbacks that I believe in. Like, I
Yeah.
just am. Like, I believe in Garrett Nussmeier. I believe in the North Sellers, and like both of those have burned me horribly this year. And like, I didn't believe in Cade Klubnik. Like that was just fool. Why I was bullish on Clemson, God only knows. That was a terrible choice by me. But like, I am so enamored with the quarterback position and what it can mean when it sets off a team. And like you know why the reason I'm gonna get that wrong is guys like Fernando Mendoza. We were
Yeah.
very high on Fernando Mendoza joining this Indiana team with a coaching staff that we do believe in, and like, look where they are. We think they're the best team in college football this year. And that might be the exception to the rule, but I'm gonna believe that the other guys are the exception to the rule and not the other way around.
The cucumber really accents the water perfectly.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I love it. I think Nussmeier could get bribed to go see a Knicks game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You might have to pluck the Jersey boys to get Sellers to go. And what I'm going to keep getting wrong, I'm going to keep crossing teams off way too early. I'm like, this team's dead. It's done. Week one, we're crossing Alabama and Notre Dame off, and we're both like Alabama's a lock to make the playoff. Basically, Notre Dame's right on the cusp
Yeah, I mean
making it in.
we've crossed Texas off multiple times.
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma, yeah, like the multiple teams we have crossed off many times. Like, yeah, so we'll see what happens.
we'll see what happens. The Undertaker. This segment's sponsored by Undertaker.
That's right.
Undertaker underwriting. If you gotta do something with insurance, just call up that crazy guy in the coffin, I guess.
Yeah, and if any mortuary services want to sponsor the podcast, we are open for business.
And speaking of mortuary services, we got to move on to our last topic of the day with some pouring out and bowling, 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 bowling.
Yes, sir.
Four teams died, and I think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 or 11 are living the good life this holiday season. So
Yes, sir.
we got to pour one out for the Arkansas Razorbacks. 2-7, the first team in the SEC to be eliminated from bowl eligibility. You fired Sam Pittman like almost 2 months ago. You sold your soul with Bobby Petrino. I don't know if it's ever going to get better for the Hogs.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
talented, but in some ways, but like this thing is just cooked.
it feels like it feels like the Razorbacks truly can't like marry both sides of the ball together. When the defense
No.
is good, the offense is non-functional. When the offense is good, like this year, the defense is an absolute saloon door. So like it's just there. We've talked about it before. They're in a very unadvantageous geographically located spot in the country to recruit from. It's a very difficult job, more difficult than people want to get there. And like you have resources, but resources aren't everything.
This is very disrespectful. This is a Big 12 team in the SEC.
Yeah, 100%.
God, that's so
They
mean.
they unfortunately deserve that disrespect based on all the evidence.
And let's give some little disrespect to the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders.
They also deserve all of our disrespect.
They shouldn't even be powerful. They shouldn't even be Group of Five, man. They're awful.
Yeah, it should be group of one. And it's just Middle Tennessee. I know, sorry, group of two. Middle Tennessee and like Kent State. Like just throw them in a conference together and let them play 12 times a year.
They have like a good history for their level. Like they won the Ohio Valley. They moved up. They go to bowl games. Like you should be winning 6 or 7 games there. You have the talent in Murfreesboro, but you don't have the right head coach because Derek Mason lost the plot back,
Who was
what,
it that he
6 years ago.
replaced? Was it Stockstill? Is that the name?
Yeah, like Rick Stock's been there forever.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. Maybe don't do that. Just a thought.
Uh, Got pouring out for the Purdue Boilermakers. First team in the Big Ten to be eliminated from achieving bowl eligibility. They've lost, I think, 7 in a row.
Mhm.
They might be worse than Wisconsin. I'm not quite ready to say that yet. I think they've got hope with Barry Odom. They've doubled their win total. They're not winning another damn game this season.
No, I mean like we knew this was coming. Like there have been positive signs. Like Purdue last year just looked like they didn't want to play football, quite frankly. And like this team, there are signs of life from the Boilermakers this year. Like I don't think that as weird as this sounds, this is a optimistic 7-loss team right
It
now.
is, dude. Indiana's going to score 100 points on them.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
That's going to be. We've never seen that rivalry be more one way or the other at any
The
point. So,
Mendoza brothers might have 5 touchdowns apiece.
the old Oaken bucket's going to be reanimated. What the hell is this? It sounds it's William Henry Harrison just in bucket form.
That's right.
And we're gonna pour one out for the South Alabama Jaguars. My team to get to the whatever conference they're in, I forget what they're in, but
They're CUSA, right?
I think they're CUSA. It does I think I had them playing like Western Kentucky in the CUSA championship, or maybe they're in the Sun Belt.
They're in the Sun Belt. I was just checking that. Yeah, they're in the
Yeah.
Sun Belt.
Yeah. I'm just like I think there's a problem with Major Applewhite. There's a Major Applewhite problem.
There's a major Applewhite problem.
This happened with him at Houston replacing Tom Herman. Oh, you got Tom Herman's guys, and then it fizzles out immediately. And
Yeah.
it's the same thing with happening there at South. Like South will occasionally have like good seasons, and like this is completely turned on them. Maybe losing Gio Lopez has really ripped their soul out.
Oh, definitely. I mean, and even before that, correct me if I'm wrong, but Kane Womack was the coach there previously,
Yeah,
and like
that's yeah,
Kane Womack's a hell of a good coach. So
yeah. Maybe he's the head coach at Auburn next year.
hey, you know what? You could do worse.
You could do worse. And let's do some bowling, 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 bowling. We got 11 teams here that we got to celebrate. It's your turn, unfortunately. I don't know how you're still alive, but you are.
We got to wet the whistle. Let's go, baby.
All right. My fiance's alma mater one ugly game with Jeff Sims. I don't know if they're going to get back to Arlington, but the Arizona State Sun Devils are going.
Bowling, 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 bowling.
Yes. Uh, Fresno State, a team that we thought was going to be halfway decent there in the Mountain West, is halfway decent. They beat Boise State, who's living their own private Idaho. Maybe the Carr brothers are living there too with Trent Dilfer. What an amazing alumni base the Ryan Williams. The Bulldogs are going.
Bowling, 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 bowling.
The team that is just the most mid team in the Big Ten that's going to fall ass backwards into 9-3. The Fighting Burt Bielemas, Luke Altmaier, the Illinois Fighting Illini are going.
Bowling, 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 bowling.
For the first time ever, a team up the road that was once a commuter school near the
Oh
teen
yeah.
pregnancy and bears up there in I-75. The Kennesaw State Owls are going.
Bowling, 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 bowling.
Congratulations, man. They're going bold. They were awful like last year, 2 years ago. They turned it around very quickly.
100%. I mean, it was a good program in the FCS level. It was a matter of time, I think.
Yeah, we thought like firing Bohannon was not going to work out. Apparently it did.
But hey, you know what? Sometimes they do know more than us. Unfortunately for us.
The team that we have no idea what the hell is going on in the Big Ten. They keep rowing that gosh darn boat for PJ Fleck in his sweater vest. The Minnesota Golden Gophers are going.
Rowing, 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 rowing.
Yes, they are. Have a juicy Lucy while you throw up in a lake.
That's right.
Jason Eck is feeling it. This might be the next head coach of Wisconsin if he comes back to alma mater. He survived the Bronco Mendenhall School of Survival down there in Albuquerque. The New Mexico Lobos are going
Low bowling, 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 bowling.
low bowling, bowling, bowling. It's a wolf. Yeah.
That's right.
A team that is streaking like Frank through the quad. Marcus Freeman knows how to get in a roll. I'm not sure if he's streaking through the quad, but the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are going.
Bowling, 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 bowling.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah, brother. And after separation of church and state, let's go with some state here, which maybe something a little more regal here. The Old Dominion Monarchs, who for a minute there looked like the favorite to come out of the Sun Belt. I think JMU is the team to beat, but ODU is figuring it out, and they are going.
Bowling, 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 bowling.
Hell yeah. A team that basically knocked Carson back to the Ice Age.
That's right.
Put Mario Cristobal's broken brain into a blender. The SMU Mustang, getting that shrimp cocktail with Rhett Lashley. They are going.
Bowling,
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 bowling.
bowling, bowling. The Ice Age thing got me. I'm sorry.
I had a feeling it would. I don't know if you saw this. So I think it's Gerald Ford Stadium or whatever it's called. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not the president. It's some booster. It's a different guy.
yeah. Yeah, right.
So they were doing something like pregame. It's like trivia questions on like why is there counting down like 15 minutes left? It's like, what's the name of our stadium? And then above it, the sign says the name of the stadium. Like, is everybody here just drill monkey stupid?
I mean, look, you can't rule it out. They might miss that at Kyle Field. Like,
No, no, a bunch of rich kids just going to school.
yeah, 100%.
All right, we got two more. We got a team that doesn't have a conference. Has a head coach who lives in a haunted house, and the Yukon Huskies under Jim Mora Jr. are going.
Bowling, 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 bowling. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. He's had a couple good years there. I'm very proud of you, man.
We love that.
And a team that beat Nebraska, and the town where the head coach was named after, the USC Trojans, the Fighting Abraham Lincoln Rileys, are going.
Bowling, 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 Bubba.
Hey, Bubba. What do you think Lincoln Riley did when he saw Runza for the first time in his life?
Honestly, he probably thought it was high-end cooking, judging by his brisket. So,
I think he called the police and said, "This need to condemn this place."
right, 100%. Call the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, might as well do that. Instead of calling the Chamber of Commerce, let's you know what? I don't know. This was episode 223 of False Start. You can follow me, John Buhler, on Twitter the X at Buhler118. You can follow Cody Williams at the Sizzle20. You can follow the show at CFB False Start. Like, rate, listen, subscribe, review on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere there's podcasts. Give us a 5-star review. That's how many wins Northwestern has right now. Central Michigan, Western Michigan, Mississippi State. My ledger for this, I'm not proud of my sheet, but it's a sheet that I put a bunch of dorkiness into.
We love that though. That's what makes the show what it is.
I'm just like, I can count to 5 and I can count to 6. It's pretty great.
You know what? That's
It's
better than I can
unbelievable, man.
probably do right now. So
Yeah, if you can't do anything better, get a better field goal kicker, play on Monday night, whatever. Stay up, go to sleep. It's dark outside. Once again, thanks for listening, and this is False Start.